Welcome to Never Not Sailing. I'm Danielle and this is Tyler, or Captain Woodsy. Our sailing journey began from Adelaide with grand dreams to cross the Great Australian Bight and see how far we could get in a year. Turns out, the Southern Ocean is a fickle beast and we couldn't achieve what we set out to do. So we're on to Plan B, which is to explore West Australia by land before heading to Europe to see what kind of mischief we can manage there. Join us every Sunday as the irony of calling ourselves Never Not Sailing grows, because what happens next, nobody knows. Hello, good morning. We are on the road again. We have left Perth this morning. We're heading north, staying in Kalbarri overnight before we head towards Exmouth, where an old pal of mine lives and takes out whale shark diving tours. So we're going to stay at a station before we head to Exmouth and then just be camping for the next kind of 10 days before we head to Broome. So we're going out bush. We're going wild. Fuck wild. Bush. My coffee's kicking in.
Alright, to give you Never Notters an idea of how far we travel over this video, we start off in Perth. We get going early-ish in the morning, 10 o'clock, thanks to a fuel station that doesn't want to work. Then we would get going to Jurien Bay as our first stop during lunch. There's a yacht anchored off of the jetty there, which takes us back to our earlier days. And we stop in Kalbarri for the night, which is a beautiful spot by the river. Great ocean views when we wake up in the morning. Wish we could have stayed there longer. Then we're off to Carnarvon for another lunch stop. Again, great ocean views or river views. Great spot to have lunch before getting back in the car and doing our final stretch to Warroora station, where we stay for 3 nights and see some excellent things, and you'll see that in the next episode. That there is a sign for the Gravity Discovery Centre. We're in Gingin. Well, we're around Gingin. Unfortunately, we don't have time to pull in to the Gravity Discovery Centre. One, I am a physicist, for those that don't know, and by physicist I mean I've got a bit of paper that says I did physics at uni. Never actually practiced it. But I did go on an excursion to the Gravity Discovery Centre, which is wicked. What they've got there is a replica of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, where you can throw balloons off and do Galileo's experiment and just prove that gravity works equally on all masses the same. It's just air friction. The turn-off is just here. The other reason it's disappointing that we can't go is I'm a bit of a fan of a YouTube channel called How Ridiculous, and these Perth lads basically made their name doing Dude Perfect style stuff, like making trick shots and like sinking basketballs from record heights and all that sort of noise.
What's it called? Dude Perfect.
Dude Perfect's the American mob. They've got like millions and millions of subscribers. But How Ridiculous is doing pretty good. So they changed up. They've got a different angle on what they're doing now. So check them out. What they do is they essentially just drop stuff from the tower at the Gravity Discovery Centre, which has been great for them because the Gravity Discovery Centre, I think, has got a whole bunch of business out of fans around the Perth area that have gone, didn't realise I was there, and they're going out and checking things out, it's a really cool stop, particularly if you've got kids and you want to do something sciencey and beneficial for brains. Head out there.
What are we, about 50 minutes outside of Perth?
Yeah, it's like 50 minutes out of Perth. It's nothing crazy.
They threw an aeroplane off the tower into some sludge.
So apparently we've got to start looking out for echidnas. Australia's fucked.
Fucking beautiful. He's back in his pink Okanois. We're Where are we, mate?
Jurien Bay.
Jurien Bay.
Seems like a decent anchorage.
Yeah, looks nice. There's a little mono out in the water. This is a cool little jetty as well.
Yeah, weird little half moon sort of.
So we just had our lunch stop, and I spilled tomato juice. Sure. The juice of the tomatoes from our wrap all down my shirt. So that lasted me what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
3.5. It's probably the best, personal best. PB in a white shirt. This is why I dress in dark clothing other than my pale complexion, is because I am a messy, scrappy little kid. Just who I am. I can't help it. Can't keep white shirts white. I am what I am. Beautiful water though.
Weird title, swell, eh?
Mm.
Crystal.
What do you reckon that is?
Like a clipper. Not too different from ours, really.
Like the LA Clippers?
No, not like the LA clippers.
Alright.
I'm gonna put my feet in this water. I reckon it's gonna be warm.
Indian Ocean. We'll head north. Let's have a look.
The old school of fish. You seeing them?
Yeah. Let's go have a look.
Oh yeah. She's not warm yet.
She's fresh. We are passing through the town of Geraldton in coastal WA, and for those of you who are watching this channel, you're either our close friends and family, or you enjoy sailing channels and have become besotted with Tyler and I, even though we have a brief hiatus from the actual sailing. But if you are a sailing channel enthusiast, you will know Sailing La Vagabond, who are the pioneers essentially of the sailing vlog. And Riley is from Cal in South Australia, where I'm from South Australia, not Cal, and Elena is from Geraldton. So nothing in common. They have, you know, like she's from WA, you're from WA, I'm from South Australia, Riley's from South Australia, and that's pretty much where the comparison stops. They have 1.25 million subscribers. We have 50.
60 now.
Maybe 60. Probably more by the time this goes to air. But we're passing through Geraldton, so I thought I'd make mention. Riley and Lena, if you're watching, we are very fond of you and all your adventures, and we aspire to be as successful sailors as you two and the rest of the fam are. That's it. Time to set up our swag before it gets dark. in Kalbarri because the sunrise won't us up. We were so eager last night when we got in to get to the pub and to get the swag up before we before the sun went down that we didn't take any pictures of the incredible sunset. But this is our little setup here in Kalbarri. Some seaside views. I think I got a little bit of the light coming in last night, but it just completely set on fire, metaphorically. The sunset was like gorgeous orange and purples and pinks. It was unreal. We would have liked to have stayed here a bit longer, but we are off today to Warroora station, so we're going off the grid. It's an unpowered site. I'm going to be there for 3 nights, so looking forward to that. I'm surprisingly agile for 6:30 in the morning. We normally stay get up much later than this. Alright, time to pack up, so make some coffees and hit the road. Stop here for lunch. This seems alright. Alright, I need a pee! Let's imagine that Tyler's asked me what I'm doing to start the segment. And what I'm doing is making lunch at this gorgeous seaside location. On the menu for lunch today is corn and salsa, tuna and salsa wraps. So like the boat, preparation is key. So I made this salsa, we had this yesterday, but I didn't mix the tuna and I put it straight on and it was a mess. And I spilt it all down my top. So I said we had to redo it today because I was embarrassed. Me? Right, so I made a salsa and I've got this leak-proof container, so I just chuck it in the angle. But just cut up onion, cucumber, quarter tin of corn, some cilantro or coriander, and tomatoes. And then we can make some wraps on the road. And then we've got some fresh lettuce and we're going to top it off with some hot sauce for flavour. And this saves us spending a fortune in rest stops, roadhouses and whatnot, even though it's not great for the local economy, who we should be supporting. Bloody get on there, tuna. How's the result?
Delicious.
Messy, watch out for your white top. Well, you have no shame. You don't care.
Get dirty anyway.
I was going to say, also, use good tuna. Some Italian oil. Tuna in the brine is no good, except for the Coldplay song. I'm looking for some shade. The Coldplay, the Silverchair song.
What's your favourite fruit?
Banana!
Then why are we turning back momentarily?
Because we saw a big banana. It's not the big banana.
It's big-ish though. Turn right here, I reckon.
Well, it's not small.
It's not the smallest banana I've seen. But we've seen bigger. That was it.
That's it. Worth.
We bring you the good stuff. Here on Never Not Sailing.
Or driving. Or narrating.
Inland bananas.
Bananas are so good. Full of potassium. You eat them up like you should. Do you remember that banana song? Did they have that in Broome growing up?
I don't think so.
Banana na 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 banana na. Make those body sings. Banana na 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 na. Make those bodies. Banana na 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 na. Make those bodies sing. And there was a bunch of kids just like jumping around the place, like in the 90s. It used to come on in between neighbours. I remember that really distinctly. And then they did like a 20-year or 30-year anniversary special, and they rounded up all the kids that were in the original ad and then refilmed it. I reckon that's real. Or I just have an incredible imagination, which I do. Alright, I'm going to find them when we post this episode and put the links in the things. Done.
So we got the banana plantation. So we saw a big banana. The reason for that is Carnarvon is one of the two main hotspots for bananas in Australia. Queensland being the other. And I think a few of us might remember when we had the great banana shortage many years ago, because both places got hit by cyclones. It was a dark time for people like Danielle.
Dark, dark times.
Banana fiend.
We've just turned off of the main road. We're on dirt now. Ooh, ooh. Wild country now. Yeehaw!
We're in Land Cruiser country.
Get it, girl?
Hello. Where are we?
We're in Warroora station. I got that right this time. I don't know if you've noticed, Never Notters, but I have real difficulty pronouncing where it is we are, which is quite a situation.
This is
considering my English qualifications.
This is the team nodding yes, we get it, Danielle.
Yeah,
You're an idiot. Yeah.
Warroora station.
You got it right the first time this time.
Yeah, I've been practicing. No, I haven't. We're pigs and shit. This is beautiful.
Yeah, we got a brand new little kitchen set up.
Tyler bought me a new chair for my birthday. $20, Kmart. What a bug. What a guy. So we're gonna have a dry couple of days. So these are our last beers. They sound empty already. I'm making stir fry tonight. One pot wonder.
We're doing chicken tonight.
I feel like chicken tonight. Chicken tonight. That's another one. Another old 90s ad. Yeah, making chicken stir fry.
Okay.
Yep. I'm going to use some coriander root and garlic and peppercorn, which is a Thai base, and then cook up some chicken, broccoli, beans, bit of soy, oyster, sesame. Good. They've got a pretty good setup. Like, we thought that we were going to be, that's why we got this little situation, because we're going to use the camp stove and just put our stuff in here, but they've got like a little communal kitchen that you might end up using because there's some running water in there. We thought we were going to be completely without facilities, but they've got little shower blocks and everything. But we are off the beaten track. Like, we're on that corrugated iron.
Corrugated road for half an hour.
Yeah.
That's not that off the beaten track.
Oh, all right, Broome. The city.
I've done the Fink track. That's like 2 or 3 hours on corrugation. That was great. That was crazy.
All right. Flies aren't too bad. But it's nice to be out of the city. It's nice to be relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just a bunch of lash sheds in Kalbarri last night. It was really busy. It's the end of the school holidays here in WA, so there's just kids and families everywhere in Kalbarri, and it's much quieter here. We're probably going to be the noisemakers. That's a lie. We're going to be in bed by 9. Yo!
Party.
Hey, buddy.
Wait till you guys get to see the beaches we're going to have a look at tomorrow.
What did you call me? This is a 3.5% midi.
Same carton I was drinking with Noid.
Let's not talk
It's
about
lasted. That has lasted.
It's lasted. Anyway, we're here. We're happy. It's going to be a good couple of days.
Yeah. Let's go and see some of these cows. Vehicle right here. Getting trampled's a real fear. We'll see how we go tonight. Don't stand on us. Heifer!
Tune in next time on Never Not Sailing as we explore this campground and all it has to offer. We go snorkeling plenty and we send up the drone. It's going to be a grand old time. Please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out if you do. It gets us out there to other people that might be interested in our channel. Really pushes that YouTube algorithm. So we'll see you next time on Never Not Sailing.